Hello and welcome to this video. If you could like, share and subscribe to the channel, I'd much appreciate it. Liking helps the algorithm, sharing gets in front of people face it, and subscribing lets me know you like the channel. Hit that notification bell to let you know when videos go live. So, Sheffield Wednesday manager Danny Röhl is expected to return to England this week to continue the talks around the next step with the club. Now, he has been on holiday in Dubai. It just seems to be the go-to place to go to footballers and football managers. He's been in Dubai, and it's time for him to go have that good old discussion where other fans will do that panic. They'll panic because they started discussing stuff. The last time we heard about the talks, they were going good. Now, let's remember this. Now, it is being reported that there had been a talk beforehand, before he went and had some time away. Now, apparently the two parties were very positive with the boss eager to stick around and take things to the next level. And that'll become a massive boost for us. And the thing is, if this is the case, it means it's good. It's a start at the point where we need to start having these conversations. These conversations need to come in. You're starting to have everything start to click. Maybe this is another reason why we haven't had, say, the retain list out yet. Maybe the retain list hasn't come out yet because he's waiting for Danny to come and just say, yeah, that's fine, that's who I wanted, that's it. It's understood that he's about to come in and as he turns his focus to the future, and again he's meant to be with Chansiri again. He does still have 1 year left on his contract, which has a heavily compensation clause. However, the desire to tie him down to a new deal is something that we want to do. And it's something you expect us to try and do. I really expect it. Now, the deadline for players is this Saturday. If players want to stay at the club, we have to tell them by Saturday legally. We don't have to announce it though. The conversation with Danny, I think, are going to go down the line as this is what I want to do in how I want to move the club forward. I want to have this in place. Can we put this in place and this in place and this in place? The best thing for us would be to have a massive thing going. Hey, contract talks have gone well. We go, thank you for how you done for the last 6 months. You've absolutely smashed it since you came in. Here's a longer contract to do what you want. And it's starting to look a little bit like Chansiri's in the same mindset. Now, those mindsets can change. We know that. We have an owner who's very much changeable. One week, everything will be fine and dandy. The next week, we're going, what are we doing? We have to think of this as a positive, that he'll come back into the UK, start talking or start looking at things. And you never know, we might have that thing where we're starting to look at situations with players who we might get in as well. It could be one of those meetings where, let's get at your future sorted, and it's like very quickly, this is what I want, this is how I want it, I've got reassurance now, let's crack on and crack the project on. And I do believe he's looking for that long-term project at a club. And we should be giving him that. We should give him the tools to go and do that. He's shown in the last 6 months since he's been here that he can get a team who is on the floor to a point where they can just keep going. You give him the tools to go and attack a game with the right players and the right people to push on. And I seriously do think Chansiri can get from Danny that question of, I want playoffs, and Danny goes, I can give you it, but I need this, this, and this. Give me this player, this player, this player, these things behind the scenes, and I can do it. He's not going to expect it to happen overnight. That's the thing. And I think Chansiri got to realise, if you actually look at what Chansiri's done with most managers, he's probably sometimes given them a little bit too long when they've been in the job to get rid of them. But he's always given them a chance to back them. He's always backed them. You can't say he's not. What we class of backing, what fan class of backing is different to what it actually is, because some fans think, he's not spent enough money here, here, and here. But he got them the players. He's had to pay the wages. He's had to do that. And again, I am not defending Chansiri here because I think there's some things that he's done wrong. But I'm saying he has always backed the manager. And if we can get Danny the backing he wants, because I want to see what a Danny Röhl signing is. I haven't seen one yet. You haven't seen one yet. We've seen glimpses of what it is with Poveda and Ugbo, but we haven't seen one that's ours. That's what I want. I want to see a long-term vision, a young 22, 23-year-old player who we know we're going to develop into being our player, and it's not a loan. We can use the loan market if there's certain players we want to get who might be a thing. He said how he likes the loan system and make players better. If that's the case, then brilliant. I'd rather try and sign him if we can and not be too loan heavy, because it only takes an injury or someone to do really well and we want at the end of that loan, aka Ugbo, right now, we can't get him because maybe been priced out. Again, and also other thing that people keep saying, and I think it needs to be important. People say, oh, we're not going to be able to afford him, so that's gone. We don't know what we can afford and what we can afford. That's the thing, and I don't want to know. I'd rather that be between Chansiri and Danny. No one else. You put a figure out there, you then put a target on Wednesday's heads. Like going, hey, I know how much money you've got. I know how much you're going to spend. I know what your budget is. You don't do that. We've done that before. So Danny coming back into the country, he's going to sit down and have these talks, continued talks with Chansiri, where I just think they're going to go positive again. I've got the gut feeling that they're going to go positive. The only thing I can think is there might be a spanner in the works. And again, there was nearly a spanner in the works when we originally tried to get Danny into the job originally. There was something which everybody nearly walked away from it. And that would have been catastrophic right now. Probably the difference between staying up and not staying up. But I personally think these talks are going to go well. I think we're probably going to have an announcement of saying Danny Röhl has extended his contract but won't say how long. I don't think we'll say how long, and I think there'll still be that contract clause where if you want Danny, it's 5 million. If you want him and his coaching staff, it's 10 million. Common practice. But these talks will go well, I think, because I think they're both starting to get on the same page. I think Chansiri knows he got a manager who can potentially give him what he wants, which is get the club to the Prem. But he got to realise that it's going to be a project where it might take a year, maybe 2 years to get there. And as long as he knows that it's a project and he's going to do this, then fine. I think Danny's realistic enough to know that he needs a project anyway. And I think with Wednesday, got one. So let's hope these talks go well. Let's hope they continue. Let's hope we're not getting a surprise like a Darren Moore last summer. We can't be doing with an unstable second transfer window, summer window, statement galore FC again. We can't be doing that this summer. We have to have consistency. We have to keep the same manager in charge, and we have to go with it and give him the tools to do it. And Chansiri, you have got the perfect chance to do this right now. And I generally think you've got the perfect chance to do what you've wanted for years, which is get us Premier League football with Danny Röhl as manager.